Hey, I think we're live. Hey, everybody, it's me, BoomBerry. Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering box. It's box 2. I was gonna do a stream earlier and then decided against it because we were out shopping, doing things on Saturday. So today's our little bonus stream. It's gonna be a fast one, a little bit quicker, I think. I hope. Let me see if I can counter. I have like a big glare right there. Anyways, let's just crack into it. I'm just gonna go because I want to see what's inside this box. So last time we pulled a Vivi, so we have a Vivi already, and we also got the Cloud Mercenary, Midgar Mercenary. Oh my god, this. There we go. You gotta be super strong. You gotta be so strong to open these. There's. Ideally, it's a real box. Oh, that's my cleaning cloth. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Totodile's here too. Totodile's always here for good luck. Totodile. Yeah. Alright, let's crack into it. I've been really enjoying this set. I do kind of want to get back into Standard. I play a lot of... I'm mostly a Commander, sometimes limited player. In fact, whenever I go to card shop events, it's always limited. I genuinely, and this is going to sound crazy because I play Commander, but if you know, you know, right? It's so expensive to play Standard right now. It's always been really expensive. And then the cards cycle out, so you have to like constantly keep up. Standard is just very, very pricey to pay. I love Standard. I think 60 card Magic is very, very important for the game to have, and should be the basis for like power level and all that. But I do think that like the reason Commander is so popular is because it's so much genuinely cheaper to play. Like you buy a card, you only need one copy of each card. It's singleton format. You only need one copy of each card, and also like your cards don't just cycle out randomly. Yeah. So Commander, a lot of fun. Like for instance, I don't need 4 Vivis. I pulled 1 and I'm great. That's great. Great for me. I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. There we go. Give me a little bit more. There we go. That works. All right, let's crack into it. What I would like to get is, I definitely want to get that Amano Terra. I don't need it in foil. I just really want to get it though, you know. And yes, last stream I did mess up the Wooburg order. I don't know why I thought what I thought, but you know, let's do it. We got Sephiroth's Intervention. I think this is a little expensive card. 4 mana for a instant destroy target creature. You gain 2 life. I think it's a little expensive, but you know, it is what it is. Oh wait, Wooburg. Wooburg. That's white, blue, black, red, green. Wooburg? Yeah. There we go. In my head, I was like, did I mess it up? Aerith's Rescue Mission. I love spells and sorcerers named after people. Just because like this is a standard card. Like these two are standard cards. Like Sephiroth and Aerith are named as standard cards. And I know that's like, oh yeah, everybody, like the character's name is standard card. Yeah. But like look at this, Blazing Bomb might not necessarily be 100% a Final Fantasy thing. Like you could just be like, oh, it's a bomb creature. It's a creature bomb. I don't know. There's something to me that's really funny about non-characters, like characters having non-character named cards, or non-character cards, non-permanent cards, having the character's name on them. There's something funny to me about that. Oh, and we got a one of these, the art, hey Donut. The, oh gosh, what are this? Final Fantasy Through the Ages. That's what this is called. So these are all these treatments. This one is a Laboratory Maniac. 3 mana for a 2/2. If Human Wizard, if you would draw a creature while your library has... Oh, if you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. So, not too shabby. Let's put those ones right here. How about that? I'll scoot this one over a little bit more. Yeah, Through the Ages will be here. Maybe like rares and stuff will be here. And then others will be here. Others. I don't want my head to like block everything. We'll scoot everything over more. This side of the screen, or this side of the screen is mine. It's me. Hey, Donut, how you doing? Hope you're having a fun day. Happy Sunday. Self-destruct, I like this. It's a decent fling. All right, Phoenix down, and oh, we got Telog's Great Sage. He is a Final Fantasy IV character. If I recall, his story is pretty sad. Basically loses his family to the Empire, or loses his wife to the Empire, the Empire, and then decides to like be overprotective of his daughter, and then I think he ends up losing his daughter too. I don't remember exactly, but pretty solid card actually. I really like this in sort of the Izek format. This is one of those the Final Fantasy Izek, blue-red, is very much awards you for playing non-creature spells and big spells. So you see he kind of has a little bit of both on there. If you cast a non-creature spell, get a 1/1 token. If 4 or more mana was spent casting it, draw 2 cards. And then if 8 or more, you can sacrifice him and deal that much damage to each opponent. So kind of alludes to what his role in the game is. Oh, we got a double rare pack. We got Jetta. We pulled this before. Flip him over. He's Braska's final summon. Oh, final Aeon, rather. They're called Aeons in that. Actually, so they're called Aeons. In Final Fantasy X, the summons are called Aeons, but they're also known as the Faith because, well, storyline reasons. But basically, their saints become... the theory is that they're saints. I think the religion in there believes that the saints become the Faith, which I think is technically true, but the Aeons and the Faith's role in the world is not what it seems. And then our foil is this little guy. And, oh, for a second I thought we got a foil land, too. Bulk foils will be over here. And then we got the Izek land. This was the Izek pack, basically. Like, some okay... maybe not the Izek pack exactly, because, like, Thunder Magic exists in this format, and Thunder Magic is good. Put lands right there, and then I'll put tokens right here. Alright. Next pack, next pack. And also, if you're curious, the music is, again, Comfy Beats. That's Lily Pichu's copyright-free music channel. It's got some good tunes. There's also, like, tunes with lyrics and stuff like that, but I kind of like the lo-fi vibes more. I don't think I talked about this. Hecta Eyes. I think these are really, really cool. These are from, what, Final Fantasy 2? I didn't play a ton of 1. Okay, I didn't play... Sorry. Beating 1, right? Whatever. I didn't play a lot of 2 or 3. 3 kind of because it was a bit of a grind game. Same with 2, to be honest. 2 has a lot of really cool RPG mechanics in it, though. So there's that. Town Greeter, one of the cards that you can get to play sort of like a town synergy. It's kind of that format there. Ice Magic. I love all the tiered spells. I actually genuinely really like the tiered spells. I think they're really, really fun. Oh, fuck. I don't remember what the mechanic is. Thunder Junction has it. Very similar mechanics, like, based off of it. Well, basically, it's like modal spells. They're modal spells. That's what I should have just said. The Dwarven Castle Guard! I actually really like this creature in Limited. It's 2 mana for a 2/1, and you get a 1/1 when it dies. Like, that's pretty solid. Here we go. Thunder Magic. One of the best spells you can get in in Final Fantasy Draft Limited. And actually, I think it's got kind of a place in other formats too. It's really, really good. It scales up pretty okay. It's really the options kind of keep it more limited, but that's the point of modal spells. They can't be as powerful as all the other versions. Got a town. Oh, and we got, wait. Oh, yes, we got another, I think I've pulled this one before. This is the Hero of Light, Adeline Resplendent Cathar. Really, really like this card. I love any of the Amano cards. Yes, very, very pretty. So I am on a mission to try to get all of the Amano cards. There are some I cannot get, or are very unlikely to get. And I'm not going to count the Amano. So Amano also did a Liliana, I think, Dread General card. So a Planeswalker, which is so cool. That Liliana looks amazing. It's the Liliana I want so bad. I don't have it, obviously, but I would love to have it. We got Coral Sword, which is one of the... there's a handful of equipment in this game that is, like, named equipment. That might not make sense if you're not, like, a Final Fantasy fan, but, like, Coral Sword is a famous weapon that appears in a lot of the games. Typically a lightning weapon. It usually gives lightning damage. I don't think in any of them, like Coral is kind of like the lightning damage, or thunder damage is what they call it, even though it's electrical, lightning damage. You know how games used to do that, where lightning was called thunder. Like, obviously, because, we have thunder magic, right? That's what I'm talking about, but it's actually lightning. Anyways, Coral Sword is a lightning weapon. It's a weapon that just does lightning damage. Typically speaking, it's one of the usually it's one of the first elemental weapons you get in most of the games. And it also has the funny part of having a lot higher attack than a lot of the other weapons. Like, you know how, there's, wooden sword to, iron sword. The attack bonus would be, okay, higher, but not, a tremendous jump. I believe when it comes to the elemental weapons, it's a little bit of a higher jump in power, because it is an elemental weapon, which means that, it's usually okay when you first get it, but then something like the boss will be immune to lightning, or, absorb lightning, so you have to, be careful about typing. In my opinion, it's usually one of those weapons that you get in the game where it's, an early, let's teach you about elemental weapons and, weaknesses and absorbs and stuff. That was a lot of ranting about Final Fantasy the game and not Magic. This is kind of funny. So this is Poison the Water. This is an event that, so basically Kefka decides to, this is also when he kills one of fan favorite characters, Leo. But basically he decides to poison the water around this town to basically effectively win the battle sooner. They also did this with the Toxic Deluge in the Secret Lair. So this moment is recreated again in the Secret Lair cards. By the way, I did get the Secret Lairs. I only was able to get one of them in English and two of them are in Japanese. So the weapons and I got the Grimoire in English foil, and then I think the weapons and the villain one, the game over ones, are both in Japanese. And then we have Judge Magister Gabranth, one of my favorites. I've talked about him already, but love the guy. Side quest raise Chocobo. I've been really enjoying playing Chocobo Landfall on Arena right now. I think it's really fun. It's birds that can't fly, and I don't know why I think it's so funny. Oh, and we have Primal Odin as our rare. Oh, sorry, it doesn't flip over. I actually got the alternative art of this one, so very, very happy about that. Hey, Call of the Mountain Chocobo foil, really cool. Love this card. This is also in the Chocobo Fall deck, Chocobo Landfall deck. Oh, and a foil full art land. And our token is a Machinist and a Moogle. So foil lands will go right over here. I actually really like the foil lands. I'm a big foil land person. I come from an era of Magic where, when I was first playing, they didn't have a lot of special, lands. So having, a full art land was, cool. Thunder Magic again, really like that card. I think it's really good. Undercity Dire Rat, I think this has a lot of good utility in, treasure decks. And also, mostly in limited format, but I still think, I'm happy with a 2 mana for a 2/2 that does something. And Rat has an okay amount of tribalism. I do like this Blitz Shot. So it's like a giant growth, but for an extra mana, you also get Trample. I think that's actually pretty solid in Constructed, because I know that there's, a Landfall Tifa deck that's swinging big right now. Combat Tutorial. I've already said, I really like blue having some combat tricks that are fun. And also, a little bit long-term, too, because you get a +1/+1 counter with that one. And the biggest thing, though, is drawing those 2 cards. It's not a combat trick. Sorry, I misspoke about that. Oh, hey, what's up? It's Taku. I'm doing my second Magic the Gathering box. Magic the Gathering box. My Final Fantasy box, yeah. We did get a Warrior, a Hero of Light, a Telegreat Sage, and a Primal Odin. This is what, our 5th pack? Yeah. Maybe our 3rd pack, because, yeah, we got a double rare. Oh, and we got another Furion. Oh, wait, is this my first Furion? Wait, I lied. No, I think this is my first one. Yay! I want all of the Omano cards. I want them so bad. Not too shabby. I don't really care if the Amano cards are foil, but it would be really sick if I could get them from foil. Yeah, like I said, all the Amano cards are just so sick. Primal Garuda. I already got this for my, I'm making a Tom Bombadil Summoner deck for Commander. And I did see this. Okay, we got the alt art, Choco and Mog. Absolutely adorable. War Kupo. Same. I should have put that in the special treatments pile. Oh, and we got Edgar, King of Figaro. I called it Figaro when I was a kid, but I think it's Figaro. I kind of like this card. It's a really fun card. Definitely like a commander card. I don't think this will ever see standard play. 6 mana for a 4/5 that like you draw a card for each artifact. Like that's okay-ish. And then it's like secondary ability is very niche. You have to like build a deck around it. We got the foil white mage staff. I like that. Oh. I shouldn't be surprised about the full arts anymore because I think all of the lands are full art in this set, right? Basic lands, I mean. And then a hero token. Pretty, pretty. I have 2 minds when it comes to games like Pokemon and Magic. In Magic, the part of me that looks for the card power is much more prevalent because Magic is, I think, in my opinion, much better balanced than the Pokemon card game. The Pokemon card game suffers from some sets are just kind of designed to be collector sets. They're not really meant to be strong. I've talked about this before, but like for instance, the 151 set in Scarlet and Violet doesn't have any competitive cards except I don't remember if that's the set that gives us the 70 hit point Charmander. 70 hit point Charmander is really important because it prevents... There's a card called Dragapult who can snipe a Pokemon on the bench for 60 damage. So if you need basics that have 70 hit points, so it doesn't just get one shot and free prize, basically. I love this card. Fight On. I think this is a really cool card. I like it a lot. I also just love the utility of just returning creatures. I'm a big thing where in black I do a lot of like creature cycling, graveyard cycling. So I do tend to like those cards. Gyashul Greens. Fun little green bird. Okay, here's the combat trick I was talking about. Magic Damper. I think it's really fun that blue gets a really good combat trick. 1 mana basically protects a card of yours, and then you also untap it. So like the hexproof alone is like, I think that's really good. Galacat. I know it's a fan favorite. It's very cute. The art on this goes so hard. I cannot believe how good this one is. This is a moment. Laughing Mad. Oof, love that card. I have a foil version. The foil version of Laughing Mad looks sick as hell. Adventurous Airship. I don't have much to say about this. I guess that doesn't count, but with Edge of Eternity's release, we're getting 2 big things. For Commander players, legendary vehicles and legendary spaceships are Commander eligible. So now, yes, and I saw the memes, you can have the Titanic as your Commander now, yay. But also they're bringing back Shocklands. So woohoo, the first cycle of Shocklands are coming back. That's like from Eldraine, I believe. Which means those Shocklands are still like 16 to 30 bucks each. Which sucks, but damn, they're good. Here's Ash, what I like to say is the main character of Final Fantasy 12, because really she's the one who's driving the story. Everyone else is literally just all along for the ride. Circle of Power, I loved this in Limited. I like any of the cards that basically black gets card that does something that is typical in black. This one's draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. But then you also end up getting a wizard token. And wizards you control get +1 and gain lifelink. So I don't know. I actually think this is actually a pretty solid card. I really like it. Thieves Knife. One of those job select equipments. I do love that all of the job select equipment are from FF1. So you see all like the FF1 designs on all of them. Oh, we got a Sid. That's the Final Fantasy 19 Sid. He's when you first meet him, he's a frog because his witch turned him into his wife turned him into a frog because he was smooching on other ladies, if you recall. So when you first get to, also he's the character that hires the Tantalus theater group to kidnap Garnet. You said 19? Oh, I said 9. Sorry, I meant 9. Final Fantasy 9. It's Final Fantasy 9. But absolutely a huge banger. All of the Sids, so there are 15 Sid cards, because there are 15 Sids from Final Fantasy 1 through 16. Final Fantasy 1 didn't have a Sid, I'm pretty sure. But all of these cards are actually kind of like the Nazgul from the Lord of the Rings set. They're all worth a decent amount, and I actually think that they're legitimately good cards. Look at this. 4 mana for a 4/4 legendary human artificer. Artifact creatures and heroes you control get +1/+1 for each artifact you control, and each artifact card in your graveyard. You could just make this your commander, and then just artifacts matter. Like, that's the most basic way. He's also slots in perfectly to the 99 of any, like, artifact deck. He's just an artifact pumping beast. Also, a deck can have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer. Which is kind of funny because, like, he's still legendary, so you can still only have one of them out there. You can have 15 different Sids in your deck, but you can still only play one at a time. Also, for whatever reason, he has the utility of cycling on top. I guess if you have that many Sids, you're going to want to cycle the Sids. Yeah, I'm going to put him in the rares pile. He's basically a rare. Hey, it's Jador again. I think last time I talked about Jador, I got it confused with the town. So this is Final Fantasy VI, first off. Jador is like the big, like, these are the rich assholes out there. However, Locke's girlfriend, I think, is from Jador. If I recall, I don't remember. Now I don't remember at all. Whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. Overkill. This is hilarious. -0 to -99. 999. Listen, I actually kind of like this. I think this is a really cool card. I think that's it. That's all I got. Okay, like, low-key, look at this. Like, the land art is so good. This just looks good. I really like the art on lands. I think lands are great. And we got the Angelo Darkstar token. The 2 iconic pets. We got Renoa's dog and Rufus's Displacer Beast. Earthquake? What happened? Is there an earthquake here? Oh, me bumping the camera. Yeah, that's me. You know what Sid I want that they didn't print? They could have had a 16th Sid, and that was Sydney, Sid's daughter in Final Fantasy, or granddaughter in Final Fantasy 15. Shinra Reinforcements. I don't think I talked about this card much, but 3 mana for a 2/3 soldier, human soldier, so it's got some tribalism in there. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards and you gain 3 life. I think this is actually kind of a decent card, honestly, especially with, like, depending on the kind of, like, black card, like, black you're playing. Like, this could be very good. Town Greeter. Ice Magic. I'm gonna blast through a few of these. Another Thunder Magic, thank you. Resentful Revelations. Okay. I didn't talk about this card too much as well. In terms of, like, not Final Fantasy, but in terms of Magic, I actually think this is a pretty solid card. Black does have a lot of card draw, but usually there's, like, a cost to them. And this one's, like, really no different, but it is a decent scry with flashback. So if you're really desperate and you've got the mana for it late game, you can still run. Like, you can still pop this from your graveyard. But basically, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Like, and that's the other thing with Black is that cards in your graveyard might not be bad. Like, that's most of the time it's a good thing, actually. Like, you want cards in your graveyard. We got Esper Ramu. Classic guy. He's actually kind of, I would say he's, like, a very meh. He's okay, right? I don't think anybody's out here running Esper Ramu in any, like, standard legal deck. He is uncommon, though. Oh, we got Zac Flair, though. I actually really like Zac. 1 mana for a 1 white mana for a legendary human soldier 0/1. Enters play with a +1/+1 counter on it, but then you can also 1 mana sacrifice him. Target creature you control gains indestructible until the end of the turn, and then you put the counters that are on him onto that creature, as well as the attachments that are on him. And very much it's obviously alluding to, like, Zac protecting Cloud and giving him his sword, that kind of thing. Really, I actually think a really solid card, and one of the stronger 1-drops in this format. How dare they? Obviously the strongest 1-drop in this set is Shaz's Chocobo, and if we pull one of those, I'll show you. But it is a good card. It is a good card. I like me some Zac. Clash of the Icons. This one's a Final Fantasy. What is this? Oh, Icons. That's 16. I haven't beaten or played much of 16. I'm gonna be real with y'all. How dare they make a card that made me sad about Zac again? Yeah, isn't it? Like, and listen, This card mechanically also is just like a heartbreaker. Kind of the same thing with any of the characters that die. Okay, if y'all don't know, every character that they made a card for that dies in this game has a mechanic that reflects that death. The first rare we pulled, Tella, look at his very last line. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice Tella and he deals that much damage to each opponent. That alludes to him, there is an encounter midway through the game where Tella has to hold off Golbez and cast the forbidden spell Meteor, which is a huge spell, and it kills him, but it buys the party enough time to escape, basically. So every single character that dies in this set has a mechanic that reflects that. Zac does. Aerith has that mechanic. Like, basically, when Aerith dies, she gives all legendary creatures a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the amount that's on her. She's also kind of like, Aerith is a really strong, like, life gain aggression card. Like, she is, I think she's like 3 mana for a 2/2 with life gain. Every time you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Aerith. When Aerith dies, all your legendary creatures get the number of +1/+1 counters equal to the amount that was on her. So, I'm just saying, man. That's crazy. Oh! The stolen uniform! This card looks so sick. It's not in a mono, but it looks so sick. This is Locke stealing... this is actually a really funny moment. To introduce Locke, they have you do like a battle where he has the, like, you have to learn about his steal mechanic, and he steals the clothes off of the soldier, and then he's able to infiltrate like the base and stuff like that. And I believe find Celis via this. So beautiful. We're going to put that in the special treatments pile. And we have Ishgard, the Holy Sea! This is in Final Fantasy XIV. This is the whole Ishgard is the capital of the Dragoon Nation, who's a very religious, anti-dragon kind of world. You step into the expansion, going to Ishgard, and you meet this, one of my personal favorite character of all time, Estinian, who is the Dragoon there, who's like, he's known as like the fucking dragon murderer. He's like, every dragon like is scared to fight him. He out there killing every dragon. But then you find out why the dragons are at war, what's actually happening, what's the dragon song story, that type of thing. It's very tragic, very sad, that kind of shit. And then eventually, Estinian kind of, he renounces the Holy See, which is kind of like a Palpian, Palpian Pope kind of like religion thing, but they've corrupted the original story to better serve them. So yeah, that's the story of Final Fantasy, this expansion of Final Fantasy 14, which I don't remember what expansion that was, actually. It was so long ago. Oh, and we got Retrieve the Espers. This refers to the beginning of Final Fantasy VI. Biggs and Wedge have Terra in a slave crown, and they are attacking the city of Narsh, trying to get the Esper there. And yes, the Esper is there. The foiling in this set is really, really good. I think they've done a tremendous job. And then, again, look at this. Some Final Fantasy-ass one shit. Oh, I love this. This looks good. The art looks so good. And all the hero tokens are like Final Fantasy 14 hero tokens, by the way. Heaven's Ward, there it is. That is probably one of my favorite expansions of all time. Heaven's Ward was tremendous. Going to the beginning of and it's like the story is kind of like a slow burn too. Like, you don't know right away how corrupt everything is or what's really going on, and it takes a while until you like meet with like Nidhogg and all of the dragons and everything like that, like what is actually happening. It is a tremendously good expansion, I think. It also introduces Dark Knights, so that's when Dark Knights are there. And if you've ever done the beginning, like the Dark Knight storyline at the beginning, it's actually pretty dark. Like, they are kidnapping, like, they're kidnapping young girls for creepy reasons, that kind of thing. The Japanese version of it actually has a different translation, by the way. If you guys, it's a trigger warning kind of thing, so be mindful if you want to look that stuff up. But they did change it for the English release, but it's still really dark. Like, basically, they're kidnapping orphans and being assholes. So that's why the Dark Knights exist, to punish those people. Choco Kick, the Magitech Infantry. I want this to be a really good card in Standard, just because I like cards that are 1/1 drops that synergize and then get better or fetch more later. I don't know if this really has a place in that format. It is nice to have a really cheap 1/1, and then if you control another artifact, you're basically getting a 1 mana 2/1 that can fetch another Magitech Infiltree. I almost wish this card was kind of like you can have any number of Magitech Infiltree in your deck, and it would just keep stacking, those kind of things. Like, I wish it was one of those kind of cards. Still really good. Monk's Fist, again, Final Fantasy 1 Monk. They have attack, and then they become, what, Master Monk, and then they get... Monk's gimmick in Final Fantasy 1 is that it has a really high chance to get multiple attacks in a row. I think it's like, you always get double attacks, basically. And also, you don't need equipment. Instant Ramen. There was actually a Cup Ramen commercial, crossover promotional thing for Final Fantasy 15, so very cool. They got Finir from Final Fantasy 11 or 9. I don't remember. Let's take a look together. It is... Oh, that is 11. Oh, yeah. So this was from the MMO then. I think one thing that's really cool about the Final Fantasy 11 MMO is that if you're a summoner, you don't automatically get all the summons once you become a summoner. In fact, the thing about being a summoner is that you just have a lot of mana. Like, your MP pool is really, really big. But to get summons, you have to go out and defeat them. And all of them, I think, require at least potentially a full party or, like, maybe a small raid or something like that to defeat. And then you get then you are able to summon that creature. Albed Scavengers, or Salvagers? Scavenger, I keep saying Scavengers. Albed Salvagers. Is the Albed, who is a minority group in Final Fantasy X, who is basically being targeted by the faith that's there. A lot of religious stuff, am I right? Quizits, I've talked about this before. If you're familiar with One Piece, Quizits is very much a Nico Robin who's super smart until she joins the party and then she becomes a dumbass like everybody else. But it's fine because they're all dumb together. Oh, we got another Cid! Oh my god! This is from Final Fantasy IV Cid. He's one of the... Oh gosh. Very, very excited. I can't remember if it's him who helps them repair/create the Lunar Whale, which is the ship that allows them to travel to the moon. Yes, Final Fantasy IV has moon stuff in it. There's Lunarians. Okay, very, very happy to pull that. That's really cool. Ooh! Ooh! And we got like an alternative art, Atir and Puren. This is a legendary weapon combo in for paladins in Final Fantasy 14. Yo, this card looks sick as hell! Oh, the art is so good. It's not foil, but damn, it is sick as hell. That is so... Oh, that's so hype. And we got Tidus! Blitzball Star! I actually think Tidus is really, really good. The weird part about Tidus is I don't ever think that Tidus is an artifact kind of person. But there's like... we didn't draw a Blitzball, but basically... He is a signpost uncommon for the blue-white artifact style deck, which we saw Sids for. But also, like, the Blitzball in this is an artifact, so it actually ends up, like, working out really well for him. Best relic weapon for paladins. There it is, yeah. Okay, I gotta tell you guys something that really sucks that happened to me recently. I tried to reactivate my Final Fantasy 14 account, because I got a new phone. But the problem is, when I got my new phone, I forgot to deactivate, or... correctly transfer my Square Enix token over. Also, my name is different than when I made my account originally, so I need to find an old ID of mine to verify my identity, or I have lost my Final Fantasy 11 and 14 account, which breaks my heart. Yep, not happy about that, but... Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but, you know, we carry on. We continue. I played up until, in Final Fantasy 14, I played up until Endwalker. I think the last, like, I quit pretty much like a few months before Endwalker was going to launch. But, yeah. It sucks. Don't worry, I have some paperwork somewhere, so I'm going to hopefully be able to appeal that and get my account back. And who knows, maybe I'll play some Final Fantasy 11 or something, or 14, yeah. Oh, we have GF Ifrit. This is Guardian Force Ifrit. It's the first real mission that you have in Final Fantasy 8. Basically, Squall is tasked by Quizits to go into the trial of fire, or whatever it's called, and then he fights Ifrit. It's timed as well, by the way. There's a time limit. But also, Ifrit's the first summon that you get for junctioning, I think. I think that's correct. Yeah, he's like your first summon, which means your first ability to junction. White Auracite, I really, really like this card. It's basically a slightly more expensive Oblivion Ring slash... whatever art, like permanent come into play, exile other thing until this leave play. But then it's also a mana rock while it's doing that. I actually think that's pretty solid. Probably for commander, probably not useful for standard. Final Fantasy 8 again. I think we talked about this before. My favorite of the general equipment, which is the Samurai's Katana. Also the one part of the... So basically... all of the equipment, all the job select equipment is either Final Fantasy 1 or Final Fantasy 14, I believe. I don't think there are other ones. I think there are only those two games. This one's actually pretty solid. 3 mana for a 3... Effectively, you get, 3 mana for a 1/1 creature token that this auto-equips to, gives that creature +2/+2, trample, haste, and is a samurai. So, actually pretty decent, in my opinion. Restore Magic. I actually also think this is a pretty solid combat trick. 1 mana for Hexproof and Indestructible, like really solid. But then also you can gain some life if you want to by pumping extra. So not bad. But then also the final form. So for 5 mana, for the price of Wrath of God, permanents you control get Hexproof and Indestructible until the end of turn. And you also get 6 life. So not too bad. Yo, we got the extended, I don't know what this treatment's called, the Final Fantasy numbered Zidane. Look at that. Oh, I like this. That's great. Very, very happy about that. Oh, pulled my rare away. And then Memories Returning, everyone's favorite reveal in Final Fantasy VIII. Which, by the way, if you play Final Fantasy VIII, at the very beginning of the game, they literally tell Squall, hey, using a Guardian Force, it makes you forget things. Your memory gets affected. And, well, that culminates in this event. The Memories Returning, the gang finds the orphanage they were all raised in. People, I mean, I've got mixed feelings about 8, but, you know, we'll leave it at that. Gong Gaga, Reactor Town. Gong Gaga. Oh, and just so you're all aware, I haven't played like I said, I haven't played Final Fantasy 11 or much less even like 14, or rather, I haven't played 14, much less 11 in ages. So, I mean, it's all good. I bumped the camera. Oopsie whoopsies. All right, Warrior Sword. Again, this is the, I like to call it Gen 1, but Final Fantasy 1 Warrior. Sephiroth, being Sephiroth. Choco Kick, we talked about this before, but if you don't know, in Final Fantasy IV, Cecil and Kain are delivering a package to a village that they aren't aware, but the package basically is a device that summons a bunch of bombs and murders everybody in the village except for a little girl named Radia. She is effectively the last summoner that's left in that world. And there's a part where you fight an antlion, and she's forced to use her one summon, which is Chocobo. And it summons a Chocobo that does Chocobo Kick. So basically, it's kind of like an intro to summons. Which effectively in that game were just spells. They just were spells. Paladin's Arms, another Final Fantasy XIV equipment. Does this have lifelink on it? No, it has Ward 1, though. You get Ward 1 from that. That's actually, okay. Low-key, I kind of think this is also pretty decent, especially in Limited. But it's effectively, so for 3 mana, you get a 1/1 creature token that gets plus, that this attaches to. It gets +2/+1 and has Ward 1 and Knight, in addition to its other types. The big drawback with all of the job select equipment is that the equip cost is really, really high. But alternatively, they come equipped to a creature immediately. So really, for 3 mana, you're getting a 3/2 with Ward 1 and a Knight. That's pretty decent. Ward is also hard to deal with in Limited. Well, I guess not as the endgame progresses. You know what I mean. We got Locke, my boy! I love Locke. I love his design so much. I think he looks so good. He's also like a fun card. He basically, he's 3 mana for a 2/3 lifelink and death touch. Whenever lock deals damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. Pretty solid. We got Barrett, our boy Barrett. 4 mana for a 4/4 with reach. Barrett attacks, deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control. I like that a lot. I think that's really interesting. Capital City. I thought this was Final Fantasy 15. Oh no, it's 16. It's 16. I see. Never mind. Because I was like, wait, no, it doesn't look like that one city. And we got Zodiark, Umbral God. 5 black mana gets us a 5/5 indestructible. I do like that gods have... Basically, god cards only benefit... Typically, like... How do I put this? Good gods benefit other creature types. Evil gods only benefit themselves. I don't have time to explain it. Just god cards. Look them up. They're very interesting. Oh, whoa, no way. Oh, it's not foil. But we did just pull the number, like the Final Fantasy Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, like the Final Fantasy 7 backdrop edition, whatever. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Transforms into One-Wing Angel. I think I have to sleeve this one right away. I was trying not to sleeve a bunch of cards right away because I was like, I want to try to make this a quick stream today. I want to hang out with my partner a little bit. But we did pull Sephiroth. Okay, Sephiroth is really good as a kind of a sacrifice beacon. If you want to play aristocrats in black, Sephiroth might actually be good enough to be in standard. 3 mana for a 3/3 legendary human avatar soldier. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability is resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth. And then he becomes One-Wing Angel, a 5/5 Angel Nightmare avatar with flying, supernova. As this creature transforms into Sephiroth, One-Winged Angel, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. Yeah, look at him. He's like, yo, I've been hitting the gym. You gotta check me out. Hey, what's up? Damn. Yo. Okay. That means I got both Cloud and Sephiroth in this kind of treatment. Very, very happy about that. I don't even know where to do with this one. We'll put it in the, oh my god, hits pile. There you go. There's our little buddy. A foil Mysidian Elder. Oh, I was watching somebody else's video about this. Apparently that is Minwu in Final Fantasy IV. So, but they already had a Minwu, and I think they chose because there's a Minwu in Final Fantasy II? And so they didn't want to have just another Minwu, but yeah, this is the Mysidian Elder. His name is Minwu. Final Fantasy X, I assume? Yeah. Really like this. I love the full art lands, I really do. Oh, and look, we got the art card for Cole. Cole, for Locke. I don't know why I called him Cole. For Pete. For Robert. You know the one. Another art card. Alright, Undercity. Blitzball Shot, Combat Tutorial, Magitech Infantry, Warrior Sword, the Hill Gigas, World Map, Stolen Uniform, the Opera Love Song. Okay, like, come on. One of the most iconic parts of Final Fantasy VI, and it's, like, immortalized in a card. Hell yeah. Oh, I just realized something. Is my lens a little bit dirty? Here, let's give it a little touch up. Maybe it comes oiled up for the boss fight. Oh yeah. We got so that's Celis. She's I would argue she's probably the secondary, like Terra is Final Fantasy VI has a lot of characters. Terra is arguably the main character. We follow her mostly throughout the story. But then when we get to the World of Ruin, we actually flip and we start as Celis. However, Celis doesn't even get introduced right away. In fact, the second character that you're introduced to is actually Locke, who eventually rescues Celis, who was a Gestalian general who decided, man, this sucks. We attacking innocent folk. Anyways, weird stuff happens. They need to do this opera scene, and then they're like, "Yo, Celis can do it," and then we get this iconic moment. It's beautiful. Poo poo UFO. This is Final Fantasy VIII, right? Yeah. I don't know the lore of this. The poo poo UFO. I don't know the lore. I don't remember it. I kind of like this as a Final Fantasy 12 kind of thing. You have this mark system. Basically, you can hunt like high level enemies for treasures, and then you get Yzamat, Ultimate Mark. I think this is the super boss that took hours to beat, the first one. Oh, and hey, look at that. We got another Clive. Ifrit's Dominant. Wait, did we get Clive last time? Oh, yeah, we got the other treatment for Clive. That's right, and now we have this Clive. I actually really like Clive. That foil gold saucer. Everyone loves the gold saucer. And then the Gone. Town Ruins. Oh! And we have a little art card for Yuna, everyone's favorite heterochromia summoner. Next pack. Okay, so I think it kind of feels like the Final Fantasy packs are... The booster boxes must be like seeded with a certain amount of mythics or rares, because it feels very similar to the last box I opened, where we were getting some really cool bangers in the first like 6 to 8 packs, and then I think we get like another wave every like 10-ish packs. They seed some bangers in there for you. Ifrit, Ahriman. I think there's an Ahriman mount in Final Fantasy XIV that you can get. They got big wings and they're really goofing looking. I like them a lot. Dragoon's Wyvern. I wanted to be a Dragoon in Final Fantasy XI because you get a little pet. You get a little buddy. Cloudbound Moogle. The Suplex. I've already talked a lot about this card. Suplex the train. That's it. Really love this. White Arasite. Newfound Adventure. This is a 4-seek. I like this. This is 14. Realm. She's one of the characters in Final Fantasy VI. She appears in the World of Ruin with her grandpa Strago. Strago is basically a blue mage, and then Realm's ability is that she can sketch an enemy and basically have them do like one of their attacks. She also infamously is known for breaking the game quite often. There's a lot of times where if you use sketch on certain enemies, the code just cannot handle it and will crash. Or something stupid will happen. This moment. Okay, Reach the Horizon. This is a really cool moment in Final Fantasy VI. Or 7, I'm so sorry. Where basically, the party realizes they can't stay in Midgar, and they have to journey the world. And I don't know, it's if you played original 7, the beginning of the game is not super long, but you still get attached to the environment, that's grungy, rundown, like grease punk world. And then you leave. You leave it, and there's this huge world outside of Midgar. It's kind of incredible. I genuinely think that Final Fantasy VII is a very tremendously good game. I don't think it's overrated. I do think it's maybe it's a little overrated, but it is genuinely really, really good. Reno and Rude, 2 of the Turks from Final Fantasy VII. Does that... I just realized, is Sang or any other Turk in there? Oh, I think we get more Turks in the Commander deck. I actually haven't opened the Final Fantasy VII Commander deck. The only one I've opened is the Final Fantasy VI one, which has a lot more of the side characters. Everybody gets a card in Final Fantasy VI. Almost everybody. And then we got another Balthier and Fran, my favorite character from 12. Actually, maybe that's not as true anymore, Because I actually think Ash is probably the best character in Final Fantasy 12. But Balthier is just very charming, very cool. Would have preferred if, like, in a weird way, if Vaughn wasn't part of the party. But Vaughn and Penel are actually cute together. And then Fran is just awesome. Fran is just our queen. And we got a foil! Aerith Gainsborough! This is the card I was talking about. Look at this. She's a bit of a beast. 3 mana for a 2/2 human cleric, legendary. Lifelink, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on her. And again, when she dies, put X +1/+1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Aerith. On Aerith, sorry. Sometimes I call her Aerith still. There you go. We got planes. I hate to say it, but this could be anywhere. Oh, it's Final Fantasy 12. Oh, I feel bad. I really do like 12. And then, what is this, the Machinist again? Yeah. It was focusing funny. I was trying to figure out what it was focusing on. Blitzball! Combat Tutorial, Paladin Arms, Sabutender! Okay, maybe I'll talk about this one. I'm pretty sure this design is from Final Fantasy 11. They're basically like Cactuar, right? But this one's kind of cute. I actually really like this. Final Fantasy 11 has some really cute, like, monster races designs. Like, there's really cute stuff. Not racism, like racist, but monster races. They have some really cute designs for them. Yeah, it's not... The characters are race. No. To be fair, though, in the MMOs, there's a lot of, like, racism, because it's like, oh no, the Sahagin are evil, except for this good faction of Sahagin. Oh, hey, we got another Vaughn. We got another, Final Fantasy Through the Ages. This one is Vaughn, which I think I pulled one of these during the pre-release, by the way. Really, really cool card. I'm not a huge fan of just the screenshot cards, except that, like, I think by the time 12 came out, the graphical fidelity looks good enough that this could, this is fine. This is fine. I like this card a lot too as well. That's what I heard. Listen. No racisms. Don't racism. Choco Comet, one of my favorite abilities. This could be from, like, many Final Fantasies. And specifically, I want Final Fantasy Tactics. I was really hoping they would do a secret lair for Final Fantasy Tactics. That would be so sick. Cargo ship. Ooh, the Darkness Crystal. Yes, there are. So every color has a crystal cycle. They all cost 4 mana in the same way. So this one's 2 colors, 2 black mana. They're all legendary artifacts. They all reduce the color that they are. They have a passive effect, and then they have an active ability. So this one is if a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, exile instead, and you gain 2 life. Then for 4 mana and 2 black mana, tap, put target creature exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. I actually really like the crystals. I think the Earth Crystal, which is the green one, and maybe even this crystal might be the best one. Well, red has the Fire Crystal has a haste. There's a haste crystal that copies creatures. I think that one's technically the best one, but I like this one and the Earth Crystal as well. Foil Shinra Reinforcements. An island. What, Final Fantasy 13? That looks like 13 style designs. Oh, and the Sephiroth One-Wing Angel token with a Magitech robot on the back. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I thought I turned off ads and stuff, but I think you have to have them. Sorry about that, if you missed out. We didn't pull anything crazy. We got the Darkness Crystal. Suplex. Yeah, that's okay. I was trying to figure out if I could just not ever have ads, because I don't have enough people watching me to make money. Veins Treachery. This is Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12 has a really good like political overarching storyline, but ultimately like 12 kind of like flounders a little bit in terms of like gameplay and like getting a lot of more character moments. There's a few, but I feel like they could have done with a lot more. But yeah, this is Vayne, one of our villains, who's sort of like teetering on being a supervillain or not, and then decides, hey, I'll be a supervillain. Why not? Torgal, a fine hound. This is Clive's puppo, who's a mana dork too. Actually, kind of a banger card in a way, though, right? Like 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature gets enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control. I feel like there's something good to be done with that. And then it's a mana dork. Tap 1 mana of any color. So like 2 mana for a 2/2 that taps for any color is already really good. And then Ambrosia. It's like I'm the other mascot. This one again, like with the big birds theme, right? Flash. Like I do like this one because you flash it in. Ambrosia enters. You may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand, and then it has the bird landfall. A lot of chocobos have the landfall where land enters, they get +1/+0 until the end of turn. I think it's really solid. Demon Wall. We got the Demon Wall. Hey, there he is, the Emperor Palamecia. He's the guy. He's the guy. Also, he transforms. Flip. Into the Lord Master of Hell. And I think we got a preview. Yep, we got Cecil, Dark Knight. This card is actually really good. 1 mana for a 2/3 Human Knight with Death Touch. Yes, there's a drawback. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then if your life total is equal to or less than half your starting life, transform him into Cecil, Redeemed Paladin. Then he's a 4/4 with lifelink. And then whenever Cecil attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible until the end of turn. Also, if you don't know, this obviously is about the main character from Final Fantasy IV. When he becomes a Paladin, he gains... he loses the ability Darkness, which takes his life and deals damage, and then gains Cover. Or Protect. Yeah, it's called Protect. Sorry, it's right there. But basically, that's one of those things where you take damage in place of an ally. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, this card saved me many times during the pre-release event. Really solid creature removal. Sorry, it's not removal. I should specify. Basically, for 3 mana, Flash, enchant artifact or creature. When this aura enters, tap the enchanted permanent. It doesn't untap during its control's untap phase, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. Real solid, like that. Oh, and we got a signed Sin alternative art. The gold foil one. Should I sleeve that? I don't know if people collect the art cards, to be real. Yummy. There you go. Oh, I've neglected this stack a little bit taller than the other ones. Alright, Warrior Sword. Cornered by Black Mages. Love this card, by the way. 3 mana. This doesn't sound like crazy, but I actually kind of love this card. I'm not going to lie. It's a 1 colorless, 2 black mana. Is a sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of his or of their choice. And then you create a 0/1 Black Mage creature with that, like the Black Mage ability. Cast non-creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I like it a lot. 3 damage for a kill spell, basically. Forces them to sacrifice. That's usually better, because then if it's got hexproof or whatever, like, it has to be sacrificed. It can still be sacrificed. Because yeah. Magic the Gathering rules. Just trust me on that one. Scorpion Sentinel. A Coral. One of the iconic creatures. The art's really good. I like this one. Another Sahagin. Oh, we got Squall. Who's actually... Wait, what is it? Danatha? Oh. Wait, did I pull this already? I don't remember. 3 mana for a 2/2 Human Knight, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Oh yeah, and auras and equipment you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay. That's an uncommon, too. That's crazy. Okay. Like I said, this one looks alright. Okay. This one actually looks pretty good, too. There's a few screenshots that I think look kind of bad. I'm thinking the Kuja from Final Fantasy 9 screenshot. That card look rough. I'm just gonna say it. Final Days. This is Final Fantasy 14? Oh, yeah. If you guys don't know, Final Fantasy 14 released before it was called A Realm Reborn. And basically the MMO was effectively just really boring and dull. Although, one thing I do miss from the original Final Fantasy 14 launch is crafting professions all had unique mini games that you had to play, but it was also like very time consuming. Like you had to, if you wanted to chop down a tree, you had to like do this like game where this bar would spin around. You would have to click it on this specific spot to get like an extra thing or whatever. Anyways, Yoshi P, the current director of the game, creative lead of the game. I don't know what his role is. Director, creative lead, something like that. But when he took on the mantle to basically make Final Fantasy XIV a good game, they rebranded it as Final Fantasy A Realm Reborn, but for the original, when the original servers were going to go offline, basically, they did this Final Days event, and basically they spawned tons of high-level enemies and super bosses all over the place. The player base had to fight them until the very end, and then basically get overwhelmed, and then once everyone was dead, the servers kicked everybody out and then reset, and then basically the new build was introduced. This is actually sort of reflected a little bit in the beginning cinematic of Final Fantasy XIV's A Realm Reborn. Like, there's a part where, like, Bahamut gets sent out and blows everybody up. Lulivo, I think his name is Lulivo, whatever. He does, like, this big shield spell and then sends the player characters away, effectively. Technically, they in-universe, they end up being, like, characters, like Adalbert. Adalbert was the, he's introduced as, I think he's introduced as Adalbert, but he's, like, initially the iconic, Dark Knight for Shadowbringers. Anyways, whoosh. Choco Comet, love that. Side quest, catch a fish. Kind of a weird, for whatever reason, Noctis, the main character in Final Fantasy 15, they were like, hey, he's gonna like fishing. But it doesn't really come up much, to be honest. Anyways, it transforms into this. It transforms into a land. They can sacrifice and give creatures permanent, +1/+1 counters. And we got the Jumbo Cactuar. I think this card still goes for like $7 or so, but it's kind of a crazy card. 7 mana for a 1/7 plant that gets plus 9,999 power when it attacks. Kind of crazy in terms of just magic, if I'm just talking about magic. My hope was that during pre-release I would get one of those and self-destruct, and then I could just kill people. Although there are some counters in there. There are some counter spells in Final Fantasy. Syncopate. Syncopate, I'm pretty sure, is a counter spell in this. And then there's literally counter spell, by the way, as a beyond Final Fantasy Through the Ages. Commune with beavers. Guys speak beaver. Fantasy Flan! Corel. Call of the Chocobo. The Great Pulse Ochu! The only reason, or the Grand Pulse Ultra. The only reason I know it's 13 is Grand Pulse is like one of the major locations in the game. Gladiolus! Who's part of the Landfall kind of archetype in this. Yeah, it's a pretty solid card. One of my personal favorites, the Chocobo Raceway! I love Landfall. I really like Landfall. I'm so excited. So they just announced Magic Con Vegas is happening, or just ended. Probably just ended, yeah, at this time. But they did there's a big panel for Edge of Eternities, which is the next in-universe set. But it is like space and sci-fi themed, so I know that's not going to probably vibe very well with a lot of the audience who likes a more traditional, like, fantasy, like high fantasy themes. But they also talked about the Avatar set, but then also Where was I going with this? I just realized. Oh, landfall. I don't know where I was going with it. I just lost my train of thought. You know what? We're going to walk away from this conversation. I like landfall. I like chocobos. That's my takeaway there. I genuinely don't remember what I was going to say. Shocklands are coming back? Was it that? I don't know. I got lost. Brimhild! This is another one. This was my pre-release rare, by the way. Oh, and we got a Kefka. Court Mage. Not the mono one, but we're still happy to pull a Kefka. He transforms. Really like Kefka. One of my favorite villains of all time. Kefka's a great villain because he succeeds in what he wants to do. Like, he takes the power of the Warring Triads, blows up the world, and then finds himself utterly bored by it all. So in a lot of ways, he's the one who wants to watch the world burn. He gets to that point and then realizes how boring it is. So he just starts shooting people from his tower. He's just a bad clown. He's a bad person. All right, Chocobo Kick. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. I actually ended up talking more than I anticipated about certain cards. The problem with this set, genuinely, is that I really... Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Then they also... earlier, when I was talking about the Magic the Gathering panel, it was that they did confirm that after Avatar would be returned to Eldraine Lorwyn, which I'm very, very excited about. But also... So, in Edge of the Eternities, they announced the return of the Shocklands, which likely means that we'll probably get... Hopefully we won't have to wait until Lorwyn again to get the Shocklands. I hope they just add Shocklands to sort of lessen the value of them, just because they are so expensive and required because they're so good. Shocklands are just too good. Yo, Black Waltz number 3. This is like my favorite card. One of my favorite cards in the set. I just really, really like this guy. I think he's okay. Works really well in that sort of the black-red spell slinger? Black mage aggro? Whatever you want to call it. Basically, you get a bunch of black mages out, which they have a very similar effect to his, where whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deal damage to each opponent. His is different because it heals 2 as opposed to 1. But yeah, I like that archetype. Radia's return. Remember that little summoner girl with the chocobo kick? She falls off a boat and everyone assumes she's dead. And then she comes back on the white dragon. That's just what happens. She comes back, has a white dragon, saves the party. Cecil's like, whoa. Oh, also she gets aged up because she gets sent to like the underworld or whatever. But like, it's like time works differently there. So she comes back as like a young adult. There's Renoa who summons Angelo. And we got, the Prima Vista. And our, yes! We got the Choco Seeker of Paradise! This is the other commander I wanted to build in this set. Oh, I'm so happy to get this. This is Bant colors. That's a green, white, blue. I used to have a Bant Exalted deck, which, if you don't know what Exalted is, every creature when a creature attacks alone, it gets a +1/+1 for every Exalted that's like on your permanents. And the idea was that I was going to make like I don't even know if it would be called a Voltron. I guess it would be a Voltron nowadays. Basically like a big attacker for that. But alternatively, this card came out and now it's like Birds Bant is what I want to play. Whenever one or more birds you control attacks, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped and the rest into your graveyard. And then basically, this would be a landfall heavy deck. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, Choco gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. So, very, very happy to pull Choco Seeker of Paradise. And look, another bird, a foil Ambrosia. And a foil Guadosalam. Birds. The best part about the Bant birds, the chocobos, is that they don't fly. So, like, I don't think any of the chocobo cards in Final Fantasy fly, but they're all birds. The Namazu trader. There we go. We got there. We got there. Final Fantasy 14, by the way. The Final Fantasy 11. She's actually one of the characters. Prish. I don't remember what she does. Look at these little guys. This is the Final Fantasy 11 pack. They're cute. They're like little kobolds. Goblins. If you guys have ever seen the Goblin from Final Fantasy 11, they are so adorable. They wear these little like gas mask things. They're so cute. They also are the reason that I've lost the most XP is at the beginning of the zones. When you enter an area where you have to basically party in Final Fantasy 11. When I was playing, I think now you can hire NPC party members, but basically the goblins would have this ability called like bomb toss, and it has a chance of doing like between like 1 to 1,000 damage. There's a possibility that it can just one-shot you. Basically, it's unlikely, but it's possible. Anyways, I've been one-shot a few times by them. Hey, here's the Blitz Ball. So this is the Blitz Ball. 3 mana. It's a mana rock for 3 mana. One tap for any color. But it also says Goal, where you can sacrifice it and draw a card. Activate only when an opponent was dealt combat damage by a legendary creature this turn. So it's kind of like a mana rock you kick for cards. Fire Magic. Really like the art of this card. Really, really like the art of this card. Really like that. We have Snow, the worst monk in Final Fantasy. To be fair, most of the characters in Final Fantasy 13 kind of are the same character, like gameplay-wise. They pretty much all... I think the only difference is that they might have an elemental of... They might be stronger in one element because of their, like, summon, basically. Unfortunately, Snow in the story is quite awful. He's not very interesting. He's my favorite kind. I love monks in Final Fantasy games, and he is my least favorite monk, unfortunately. But in-game, in Magic, he's a 3 mana for an X3 legendary human rebel monk with vigilance, power equal to the number of creatures you control. And Radia! We had a foil of her, and her foil looks crazy. Eject! Oh, excuse me. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze for a second. And we got the water crystal. So this is the milling crystal. I used to think this was pretty good. I'm kind of on the fence now, to be honest. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards plus 4. And then for 4 colorless and 2 blue mana, tap, each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. I still think this is really good for a mill deck, but like it's kind of a weird card. Foil Cloudbound Moogle. And the foil Imperial City of Vector. Oh! And we got a little Red 13 art card. Honestly, this box has been going pretty well too. Honestly, let's be real. We pulled Sephiroth. And we got Clive. We got a lot of really good rares. And some rares that I was, like, seeking. Like, I really wanted Choco. I would love to get Tifa. Tifa is one of the cards I really want to get. I wouldn't even mind a playset of Tifa, because I'd play a Tifa deck. Tifa's got kind of an insane turn 3 kill right now in Standard. Her card, hopefully we get it, so we'll save it for when we pull Tifa. We'll talk about Tifa. Guaranteeing that we'll get Tifa in this pack. Whoa, 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 whoa! 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 It's Clive Rosefield, the alias card, who is actually Vile Smasher the Fierce. Oh. So 1 colorless, a black, and a red gets you a 2/3 legendary Goblin Berserker. Clive is a goblin. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Clive deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to that player or a planeswalker they control, and it's got the partner mechanic. Okay. You know what? We'll sleeve up Clive. We'll sleeve up Clive. He is mythic too. That's a mythic. Cool, cool, cool. Ah. That means we got Clive and Clive. We got Tidus. Wait, that wasn't even our rare. That was just our Through the Ages. So our rare is... Nope, not that one. The Ring of the Lucy. Okay, I kind of wish this was a... I mean, okay, actually, you know what? This is an okay card. It's a mana rock. It kind of follows the theme of the Auracite, White Auracite, where it's a mana rock that has an extra ability on it. So it's a little... It costs like a little bit... It costs like 1 extra mana for a mana rock that taps for 2. And then also you have the ability to tap. So it's like a Voltic Key plus a... oh god, what is the mana rock that gives you 2 mana? I don't remember now. But it's... a mana rock plus Voltic Key, like, stapled together. Not too bad, to be honest. I don't think it's horrible. Oh, and we got Guardian Force Cerberus. I don't think I've seen this card, actually. 4 mana for a 3/3 enchantment creature. The Saga Dog is a little puppo. First lore counter is Surveil. The second is Double. When you next cast an instance or sorcery spell, this turn copy it, you may choose new targets, and then triple. Oh, and then you triple the cast. That's okay, actually. Cerberus, not too shabby. Not too shabby. It's cute, it's a puppy. We got Thieves' Knife. And then we got a mountain. I don't know what that's from. Final Fantasy 6. Sabin climbs a mountain. That's the story. I actually really like this just because it's Viera. I love Viera. And I just realized, I think it's is that like a Viera monk warrior / red mage in the back? I think those are the red mage things. That's like the monk, the warrior weapon. And then I think the bandages mean monk. Your nails are nice and healthy looking right now. Thank you. I went through so I started doing, I got a little meat there, but when I started doing like Pokemon unboxings and stuff like that, I realized that my nails look like shit, and so I decided to make a very conscious effort to stop picking my nails and stuff like that, and trying to treat them a little bit better. So thank you. That I really appreciate that. Actually, that's a big thumbs up for me. Oh wait, what did I? Oh yeah, that's the foil pile. BoomBerry. Yeah, green at the bottom. Why do I keep forgetting what BoomBerry order is? Ugh. Yeah. You're the one who taught me that. Gotta be good to my bod. Anima. Love this summon. And then we got Omega. Oh, Tifa's Limit Break. There we go. Hopefully we pull a Tifa soon. Oh! Oh, the alternative art for Crystal Fragments? Oh, wait. I think the rare's under here, too. This turns into Alexander, by the way. Actually, I don't know how good it is. 1 white mana. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Okay, very basic. But then 5 mana, 2 white. Exile this equipment, then return to the battlefield transformed. All right, let's take a look. Oh! There he is, Alexander. Oh, the art looks so good. Oh. I like that. And, ooh, we got Starting Town. I was not super thrilled about this card initially, but then I realized it's actually kind of got some legs, to be honest. It's pretty solid. It doesn't come into play tapped. It's a town, and you get to pay 1 life and get any color mana you want. So as long as it's the first, second, or third turn, it doesn't come into play tapped. That's cool. Oh! And we have a foil mythic. The Ancient Amantois. So, big creature is kind of like a Hearthstone card. It permanently takes damage, basically. It's a good stall. It's a good stall. And then the swamp. I talked about how I love the art on this one. I think this one looks sick as hell. And we got Y'shtola, Knight's Blessed. She turns blind eventually, but it doesn't really change anything because then she like sees everything in ether. So it's all good. Gotta take care of them goods. Yeah, my fingies. I want to make my fingies look nice. I also see a lot of like these unpackings and on like card openings and stuff like that, and like sometimes folks have some fucked up fingies or gross shit under their fingers and stuff like that. I try not to have that. Please let me know if I have some stuff. Albert. We all call him Steiner. There's Gaius. I actually got an extended art of this from one of my bundles, which is cool, but it's not uncommon. I'd rather have a rare, you know? We got X-Death, who transforms into Neo-Death. And we have Bartz and Boko. Another card I really wanted for my Chocobo deck. I actually really like this. He's got affinity for birds, but also when he enters, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So you basically just get to nuke like a target. And if you have Traveling Chocobo in play, I believe this triggers twice. Foil Suplex. And Rabanastre, the Royal Capital. One thing that I wish Final Fantasy XII did more was make it so that all of the towns you visited had a lot more things going on in it. Because you end up visiting a lot of the big towns, and while you do get to free roam a bunch, there's actually not a ton to do in the later towns. I kind of wish they made every town kind of like Rabanastre, where it's like there's many different places to go. And yeah, maybe the story doesn't demand that you go anywhere, go through it all, but that'd be, I don't know. I still think that would add to the... Like, my problem with 12 is that 12 frames itself kind of like a big open world game in a lot of ways. But ultimately, like, if you just follow the main story, which it kind of like if you're just doing like the main story beats, like motion to motion, like the game kind of guides you immediately to like the next objective. But if you wanted to look around, you can, and it's really fun in the first area. But then after the first like major cities, like the other towns and settlements are much, much smaller, even if they're large in scope. Okay, Sages Noliths. This is the Sage class, right, in Final Fantasy XIV. This was a little bit after my time, but I was a little bit harsh on this card before, but I think it's actually pretty solid, right? Is that what I'm learning? I don't remember if it's this one. Maybe it's not this card. Maybe it's the other blue equipment. Yeah, because I'm like reading this. Whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Weapons vendor. A little bit of that equipment synergy. The Iron Giant. I love this guy. Torgal, Finehound. Ambrosia. We have a lot of Ambrosias. We've been pulling Ambrosia a lot. Stephen Wall. All right. And then after Ignis should be our rare, I think. Oh! Child Soldier Academy, let's go! Transforms into this. And also, foil Gyashul Dreams. Ooh, and look at that. A beautiful forest with many Chobocobos. By the way, I think before I credited the Chobocobo thing with VG Cats. That's not true. It's from like a Newgrounds cartoon. I don't remember who did it, but they were like, it's a Chobocobo baby. It's old internet humor. Is it the Orphan House guy? If you guys don't know, my friend and I were huge fans of like the Orphan House series. Wait, it was Orphan House itself, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right. Oh, that takes me back. Oh, here's a counterspell. Psychopate. Or Syncopate, sorry. Syncopate. Shantotoa! Love her. Oh, by the way, she speaks completely in rhymes. I wonder if she says it here. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I might be the harshest mistress in all of Vanadil, but I may yet forgive you if at my feet you kneel. I love her. She's really funny. If you guys want to see a bunch of cutscenes watch the cutscenes of Shantoto in the Dissidia games. They're pretty good. The original one. Oh, it's Ultros. He's part of the opera scene in Final Fantasy VI. Ask me why. I don't know, but he's there. Hey, there's the Dragoon's Lance. This is one of those iconic Dragoon silhouettes from the Final Fantasy MMOs, and actually just in general now. Oh, and we got Fang. Fearless CL, who melds with Vanille and creates Ragnarok. But I think our rare's under here. Whoa! We got little alternative art Zodiark Umbral God, being godly and godly indeed. This card looks crazy. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And a foil bomb. And Trano, we talked about the Dark City before. It's where you have to enter a triple not the triple triad, the Tetramaster, the Final Fantasy 9 in-universe card game. Which actually I really like because a lot of characters like talk about the card game. I like the in-universe card games. Triple Triad, obviously the best one of all of them. But I do love that the characters are like all about like in-universe the card games exist. Maybe I'll play Final Fantasy 8 again. I was just talking to Donut about this actually. How like it's been a while since I last played Final Fantasy 8. I'm not a big Final Fantasy 8 head, to be honest. It might not be one of my favorite games, but it's got some legs. And worth revisiting, I think. We got Ignis. Oh, dang, we got the Sandworm. I don't know how I feel about Sandworm. Sandworms were... I lost many matches to Sandworm, by the way. Actually, let me read it really quick. When this creature enters, destroy target land. That's right. And then you search for a basic land type. Then they get a basic tapped land. Primal Garuda. Side quest card collecting. This one's kind of fun because it has a magic card. Oh, and our rare is Golbez, Crystal Collector. Oh, yeah. So Dimir colors, blue and a black, gets us a 1/4 legendary creature human wizard. Whenever an artifact you control enters Surveil 1, at the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power. That's pretty cool. Oh, hey! And look at that! We got a foil Vanille. Oh, in the like the number treatment style. Put that over there. And a Chocobo token. All right, we are on our last like how many packs are here? 6, 7, 8. The Final Fantasy 8. Yeah, and I think we're doing okay on time. I was trying to be a little bit quick on this. I really hope we get a Tifa, though. I want to get Tifa really bad. And a Traveling Chocobo. Actually, Traveling Chocobo is probably the card to get. Rescue Mythkin, Grandpa's Ochu. Oh! And we got Garnet till Alexandros the 17th, who's actually a, what is it, Loran of the Third Path? 2 colorless and 1 white gets us a 2/1 legendary human artificer with vigilance. When Garnet enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. You and target opponent each draw a card. Huh. That's really cool. We got a cool Garnet. And that was our Through the Ages card, so we're going to get another rare in here. There's Grahatia. People love Grahatia. Tonberry. Zidane. Ah, and the Masamune! It's the sword what killed that guy. That girl. The flower girl. So Masamune is no Buster Sword, but pretty decent anyways. 3 colorless legendary artifact. As long as an equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature or another emblem you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So, pretty solid. Oh! Oh! And... and we got lightning in the numbered treatment. I really wanted lightning as well. So that's 1 colorless Boros, so that's red and a white, gets us a 3/2 legendary human soldier with first strike, trample, and lifelink. Then with Stagger, whenever lightning deals combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player or a permanent that player controls, it deals double that damage instead. So this is the army of one. I feel like I should probably sleeve this one right away. Don't you have to dropping it like I did? Very, very happy about that. Damn. And a foil Sephiroth. Sorry, not foil Sephiroth. A foil Resentful Revelation. Sephiroth reads about his backstory and goes, "That sucks. I'm mad. I'm burning this town to the ground." And Tifa was like, "I'm not taking that shit." Alright, Haste Magic. Shinra. Greeter. Ice Magic. Dwarven Castle Guard. Iron Giant. Vincent's Limit Break! That card messed up. I've misplayed that card so bad. Very sad about that. Cloud of Darkness. And... oh, not yet. Blitzball side quest. Play Blitzball. You get this. Yay! And... ooh, Excalibur 2. This is a life gain weapon. And it's for 1 mana. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on it. Equipped 3. And there's Radia's Return in foil. And the Traino Dark City. Alright, I think we're on our last 5 packs. Our Final Fantasy 5. So that was Final Fantasy 6 is what we got there. So here's Final Fantasy 5. Stuck in Sumter's Sanctum. You're not alone. Hey, Light of Judgment. So this is Kefka from his tower shooting people. Blowing up towns. He literally just blows up towns. For funsies. Crossroads Village. The Shambling Seath. The Summoner... the Summon Shiva. I like that card. Wait, what did I do? We got Saz's Chocobo! This card's money! This is a really good card. This is like the best card, like best 1-drop in the game, right? From green. 1 green gets us a 0/1 bird with landfall. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very simple. We're gonna put that in the elites pile. Actually, you know what? We should probably we should probably sleeve the foils too. There's another vanilla, by the way. Oh, and we pulled a Gilgamesh. Ooh, Master at Arms. I really like this card. Okay, it's a wall of text. Bear with me. 4 colorless and 2 red gets us a 6/6 legendary human samurai. Whenever Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards amongst them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put 1 or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. Pretty solid. Grug! It's Gregora. So there we go. We got Gilgamesh and a Magitech. Here, check it out. I pulled a Sephiroth and a lightning Magitech. I hope you're all doing well, Jowser. Foil Magitech and 7th Heaven and a hero token. There, this side. It's like, what happened? You're right at the end. We are on our final... Uh-oh. Did I miscount? Now it's the final 5. That last pack was the 6th pack. Doing okay? I hope your Sunday becomes at least restful. Alright, we still want a Tifa. If we can pull a Tifa, that'd be great. I would also love a Traveling Chocobo. Traveling Chocobo is definitely the one I want the most, but... I know I can't get the fun Traveling Chocobos, but I do want one for my Chocobo deck. Haste magic. Iron Giant. Vincent's Limit Break. Oh! Wait, have I not pulled a Colosseum Golem before? Or a Colosseum Behemoth before? 7 mana for a 7/7 with Trample. When this enters, choose one. Destroy target artifact or enchantment or draw a card. Wait, I think I did pull this. Maybe. I don't remember. We got Gyat, King of the Dwarves. Swallowed by Leviathan. We got Garland. If you guys don't know, so at the very beginning of Final Fantasy 1, the first thing you do is kill Garland. But it's all part of his plan. Yes, there's time travel. Oh! And we got another Lightning Army of One. So, cool, but I think that means we probably won't pull another Mythic, right? But happy to get it. Like, I love getting the lightning cards. Enjoying my mythics. A foil Gyat. And we got a mountain and a hero token. Pretty cool. Alright, we have the final 4 packs. And this is all I have today, by the way. I don't have a bunch of extra magic things on the side. This is all I got. Everything I've got is opened at this point. Or will be today. I was really happy because I got this box, all of my cards I got at MSRP. Some did take a little bit longer to ship out. But all at MSRP, so hold on. And remember, this is a standard set. They should be reprinting this a lot. So this will be in like rotation for at least a year. I don't know how long standard stays in rotation, but it is Final Fantasy is a standard set, so plenty of chances to get the cards. And also the prices have already started to drop on some of the cards. Some of the other cards, the prices have gone up. Oh, there we go. A Through the Ages Lightning Bolt. Really like that. I love this. I love Lightning Bolt. It's my favorite spell. For a lot of reasons. It defines a meta. It basically is a threat for a long time. It forces you to think about creatures with higher toughness. It's a lot. It's a very powerful card. Ether, and oh, not yet. And then Final Days, and I think our rare is a Realm Reborn. There's our leaders. Well, except technically Robon, the guy on the left with one arm. He's a representative because what's her name is the Empress. I can't remember her name now. Dang. The video game screenshots have. Yeah, the video game screenshots rightfully have a lot of mixed reviews. Let's be honest with them. Some of them I think look fine, but I do think that there are many that are like a little bit rough. We're gonna take a quick pause from the Realm Reborn. So Through the Ages it can be both screenshots like this and this. Or they can be like concept art like this and whatnot. I think the concept art ones look really good. Also like the key art style. But I do think that like some of the screenshots are a little bit rough. Honestly, these two I think look pretty good. One of them in particular though is like Final Fantasy IX's Kuja. If you've ever seen the Kuja card, it is the screenshot from the cinematic where Kuja has convinced Queen Braun to attack like the great tree or whatever, and basically it's like the cutscene there, and it looks bad. Like the edges are smushy because it's all upscaled and everything like that. It looks rough. It looks really, really rough. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Oh, we got another Sin art card. I would love a Tifa or Knights of the Round or a Traveling Chocobo. Please. Give me a Traveling Chocobo. That's the card I desperately need. Light of Judgment. Sephiroth's Intervention. The Gigantoad. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. You're Not Alone. Lunatic Pandora. Crossroads Village. One of the few cards featuring Eiko. This one, the crystal one that we got. Actually, we got the sickest version for her. We got, we pulled this one. Look at that. So she's only on this card and that card, I think. Sleep Magic and Crystal Fragments. Her face looks kind of doofy. Sorceress Schemes. Wait, I just realized that that version of Ultimecia, I think is... Oh, no, I guess it is kind of the endgame version, yeah. It looks, to me, it looks more close to the Dissidia version of her. That's a change of the, Yeah. Here, I'll show you. So, yes, you are correct. This transforms into the, Alexander! I should have shown the backside. Really, really sick art. Really sick art. I love these alternative art cards. I think they're some of the coolest cards you can get. Which is also, coincidentally, like, I really want the Amano cards. I really, really want the Amano Terra. Both of them. So, if you don't know, Terra Magical Adept and Terra Brantford both are Amano illustrations, and they're original Amano illustrations. They look incredible. He talked about how, like, the original Terra art that he did from Final Fantasy, that Amano did for Final Fantasy 6, they were a little bit more cartoony, and that he was thrilled to be doing the more real-life proportions. So if we pull one of those, I'm gonna freak out. I can't get a foil version. I don't think you can get a foil version in... You might be able to get a normal foil version in these packs, but it'd be really unlikely if we got either of them. So, again, there's two versions. One of them is a two-sided card, so the Terra Magical Adept, which I actually have the extended art of, but I don't have the Amano art. So basically you're getting kind of like three pieces of art for Terra. So there's Terra, and then on the backside, there's Terra, and then on the backside it's Terra in trance mode. And then the other card, the Alias card, where it's Terra, but it's actually Urza High Artificer, has Terra on top of the Magitech armor, Amano style. So again, if we get that, I will freak out. Rip your ears. I'm serious. I'm serious. Oh, I didn't even realize it was an Alexander card. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Alexander card. Yeah. So here's the other thing. If you see this icon up top, that means the card has two-sided. Here's another example. So, Vanille, oh, this is another icon. Okay, this is a different icon. This is a meld icon. Vanille actually merges with Fang, and they create Ragnarok. So it's a two-sided card, basically. If you have both in play, you meld them together, and then they became that. And then some of these cards, like the Crystal Fragments, you meet the conditions, and you can transform them. Yeah, you just know the Final Fantasy 9 scenes. Final Fantasy 9's like the best one. Speaking of 9, look, we got Garnet. And actually, I even pulled... Oh, here. Now that you've mentioned it. Oh, first off, here's one of the Amano cards. Right here. So these ones are not new illustrations, though. This is, like, obviously the key art from Final Fantasy 2. And we also have this one from Final Fantasy 3. So I have those cards. Again, some incredible pulls on here already. Here's one of the screenshot cards that I think a lot of people are not a big fan of. We did pull Garnet till Alexandrios the 17th. And as you can see, it is the screenshot 1-to-1 from that cinematic near the beginning of the game. And you can even kind of see the blurry lines. Like, the more I zoom in, the more you're going to see about it. Yeah, we got Furion, and then we got, well, yeah, the orphans in Final Fantasy 3 don't have names, do they? The Onion Knights. We got Garnet, and our rare is Moogle's Valor. I like this card because, look, you can see Terra in the back there. This is the part where Terra gets knocked out, and the Moogles and Locke have to defend her. And then we got a foil Vincent's Limit Break. Ooh, and a foil land. I love getting a foil land. Oh, wow. Wait, what card is this? Farewell. So we have the art card. This is like the concept art. It's not like a real Magic card. It's just an art card. It's the end scene of Final Fantasy X. And then our final two packs, y'all. Let's get some. I'm gonna get some Chomp luck. My Totodile luck. Let's hope for either. I really, really want an Amano Terra. I would love an Amano Terra. I want a Traveling Chocobo. I want a Tifa. We're not gonna get all of it. we might not get any of it. We're probably not gonna get any of it. But this set will be printed for an incredibly long time, so there's definitely gonna be chances in the future, and I'm hoping that specifically the price of the 2 Terra cards drops. Terra Magical Adept is a good card, but I don't think she's super powerful. That said, though, the Urza High Artificer is a decent commander, and I would love to get that. Oh! We got a Through the Ages Endwalker, Brainstorm. So the Through the Ages is where the Terra Brantford card is, which is the Terra who is an Urza High Artificer. So we obviously didn't get that, but we still got something in that slot. Capital City. The Crystal's Chosen. We did get Freya. And we got Minwoo, our rare, from Fantasy 2. He's kind of a wild card, though, isn't he? Like, 5 mana for a 3/3 with Vigilance and Lifelink. Whenever you gain life. Oh, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric. Okay, okay. I take back what I... Oh! Then we have the alternative art of Brimhild. Yo, this card goes crazy, and it's foil, too. I think I have every version of Brimhild now, technically. Unless there's a Surge foil. Because I got the pre-release, I have the non-foil, I have the foil, and now I have the alternative foil art. We'll go ahead and sleeve this one, just because I like it. Yeah, so like these cards, all of the summons, by the way, have like these cool art treatment things. They look incredible. I got the Primal Odin one, and Primal Odin looks just absolutely amazing. Oh, here's another one that's kind of like the Through the Ages card for Clive. It's the concept art. Well, not the concept art, the promotional art, I should say. Vector Imperial City and Quina art card. All right, y'all. Last pack. It's really unlikely we're gonna get the Terra Brantford Urza card because that typically is once in every 3 packs. You'll get a Through the Ages card, chase it Through the Ages card. But we might get the Terra. Hell yeah, more Quina love. We need more Quina in our lives. But we still might get the a mono Terra card. I would be so thrilled. Thunder Magic. Blitzball. Paladin Arms. World Map. Queen Braun. She's kind of decent for prowess, honestly. Eden. Last pack magic. Last pack magic. Let's go. Okay. We got Evil Reawakened. Okay. I think it's going to be after this, maybe? So we have Ultimecia, who does transform, but we get... we got Traveling Chocobo! We got one! Here's Ultimecia, by the way. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on in that card, isn't it? Looks good, though. But we did get the Traveling Chocobo! Okay. This card is actually incredible. This is a really, really good card. I love this card. It's a mythic. By the way, if you've seen the $2,000 Chocobo cards, this is the base version of that. They have, in the Collector's Edition packs, there are special Chocobos. There is a special yellow, green, red, and black one. Oh, and I think blue and black one? Yeah, blue one and a black one. The black one is in Japanese only. Not Japanese packs. It is literally just... It's available in these packs, but in Japanese. The Collector's Edition packs. And then there's the golden Chocobos, which are serialized cards. So there's only 77 gold Chocobos in existence. But we did get the base Chocobo. And I'm very, very happy about that. I think this card's like kind of pricey right now, to be honest. So, you know what? Last pack magic did snag us a Chocobo. I won't lie, this booster box has been really good to us. Also, like, very Chocobo heavy. Might as well look at the last few cards. Foil Iron Giant. And a foil. We did get a foil land. Oh, no. We got Tifa, but we didn't get the Tifa we wanted to get. We didn't get Tifa as a card. Wait, it's got like a... What the heck? That's not an art signature. That's not a signature. That's just a golden planeswalker thing. That's just an art series card. We did get Tifa, but not the Tifa we wanted. By the way, Tifa has 2 of these kind of cards. These sort of cards, because she's got one for her commander version and then one for the normal Tifa. So, all in all, honestly, I think we did really, really good. Oh, smacking my camera around. I think we did really, really good. And again, like, for the people worried that you're not going to be able to, like, the cards are too expensive right now, they are. They really are. But it's a standard set. It will be printed a lot. So let's take a look at our hits. First off, we got Sephiroth. We got Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. We got abbed up Sephiroth. He's been going to the gym. He's been skipping leg day. He doesn't have legs anymore. He doesn't need them. But damn, he looks good. And this is a pretty solid card. Big sacrifice power, as Aristocrat Sacrifice. We did get a Lightning Army of 1, and then we have this version, and then we also have a normal Lightning Army of 1. Very, very good card. Clive, the Through the Ages card. This is Clive as a goblin. Very, very good. Big sacrifice power. Yeah. We got the foil Brynhild with that art treatment on there. Looking good. We got this. We got a Traveling Chocobo, guys. We got a Traveling Chocobo. We got Minwu. We got the Moogle. We did get Garnet. I'm going to put the special treatment cards into one pile and then sleeve them separately. We did get Hero of Light, a mono Hero of Light. We get the Mono Furion. We got a Primal Odin. We got Jet, who becomes Braska's final Aeon. Our first rare was this guy, actually, from this box. Realm Reborn, the other Lightning. Actually, also put the Mythics down there. Gilgamesh, Excalibur 2, the Masamune, Golbez. This crazy looking card. This, oh, love that. The Balam, we got the Bartz and Boko, which is actually another card I'm putting to the side. A foil Ancient Adamantoise, which I feel like is the mythic we get all the time. This is the common mythic. Starting Town, actually kind of big money on this one, by the way. Not big money, but, you know, decent starter. We got Guardian Forest Cerberus, the Water Crystal. We got Choco, Secret Paradise. So happy about this. We did get a normal Kefka Court Mage, who also transforms into a Demon Angel. Kefka did it before Sephiroth. Another Brimhild, the Jumbo Cactuar. Cecil Dark Knight transforms into Cecil Redeemed Paladin. Pretty good, pretty good. The Darkness Crystal. I wonder how many people who see these characters then going back to the games to see what's going on. I hope people are more interested in the older games. Like, Final Fantasy VII gets a lot of attention. A lot of attention. But I really do think that, like, a lot of the older games are really, really good. Final Fantasy VI is obviously my favorite, but, like, Final Fantasy IV has got a really good emotional story. 5 is like a fun time, but also like has a lot of weird stuff in it. Final Fantasy V also has I think it's like the only Final Fantasy game where there's more female characters than there are male characters is Final Fantasy V's weird little thing. Dancing Mad is just as good, if you're not better, than One Wing Angel. I personally like Dancing Mad more. I really do. I think it sounds incredible. I used to go on, OC remixes all the time just to find versions of Dancing Mad and the beginning theme of Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI is my favorite game. The first big RPG that I finished. We also have Clive, Ifrit's Dominant, transforms into Ifrit, Warden of Inferno. Very cool. Another Zodiac, the normal Zodiac, the Memories Returning. This crazy piece. Wow, I love that art on there. We got 2 Cids, by the way. We did pull 2 Cids. Ishgard, Jador, the other Cid. Final Fantasy 9 Cid, by the way. And Edgar. Every single time I open... I've only opened 2 boxes, but in particular, the Final Fantasy boxes really feel incredible to open. Like, the way they did, like, Through the Ages cards, the treatments on these cards, there's like the number treatment, there's alternative art treatments like this, and then there's like the summons also have like alternative art treatment. It's just really, really cool. It's also got the weird job system that they're putting into the local area of... Wait, what? It's also got the weird job system that they're putting into the local area of Dawn Trail. Is there like an update to Final Fantasy XIV's job system? Is that what you're saying? I haven't played 14 in a while. I actually just lost access to my account because I got a new phone and my token was on my prior phone, and also my name was different, so I gotta get some paperwork sent to them to get my account back. Honestly, Final Fantasy Magic wanted me to go back into... I wanted to go back into playing Final Fantasy 14 a bit. Final Fantasy 5 jobs are being in the... Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nightmare with my account. I've got to collect old paperwork to get it back. So, this is a Through the Ages card. This is an alternative art card. Through the Ages card. So, I don't know what they call this one, but a lot of characters have the, this sort of like, they have art, but then they're behind the number of the game that they're from. So, I've been getting a couple of these. That's really cool. This is like the best, the best one drop in the Final Fantasy set. Here's some of those Through the Ages cards. Screenshots. We got Squall, we got Vaughn, and then we got more, Final Fantasy 14 stuff. Then we got a Zidane. We have this beautiful art. Oh, who is the artist on this one? Karuta Shiki. Really, really cool art. Really like it. Oh, and like I said, all the summons also seem to have like this alternative art stuff, and it looks incredible. I've got some foils actually over there that I really like. And then we also have the Vanadil Adventurers. So there you go. That is our Final Fantasy booster box. Honestly, another great one. Another banger. We didn't get Tifa. I haven't pulled any Tifas. I haven't pulled any Buster Swords. I did pull a Cloud before. Let me take a look over here. Oh, here's some other cards that I got recently. So I did get these starter decks, which also feature these 2 cards. I think this is the only way to get these 2 cards from the starter deck. It's only $20 for the starter deck, and it's a starter deck. I also have a Jill, who is the Shiva's dominant. Transforms into the Warden of Ice. This is from Final Fantasy 16. And then I also have Joshua, Final Fantasy 16 as well. Transforms into the summon there. Yeah. And then these are just a bunch of random other cards. And this is my second booster box, and I have opened this, 1 pre-release, and I think 2 bundles. So I actually have a really, really good number of cards right now. Yeah, I think the set is really fun. It's really good. I like the limited in particular for Final Fantasy. Oh, I did pull a Vivi from my last box. So we did get a Vivi on a tour, who's probably the best commander that exists now, and also is showing up in standard play in the Isaac Prowess decks. So very, very cool. Well, unfortunately, it is Red Deck Win / Isaac Prowess, which is dominating the format. It is dominating the format a bit. But yeah, I'm personally enjoying it quite a bit. I was already into Magic before, well, I think I decided to really get in because Final Fantasy was coming out, but but I was already doing it because BoomBerry was an incredible set, and that was one of the reasons I decided to come back to play Magic and collect cards, was the BoomBerry set, which is very much like red wall inspired, like your little like mouse and little like little animal people in this giant world. Really cool. What, aggro dominating the format when there's double damage ley lines? Not only that, but if you've Monstrous Rage is a problematic card in the format, and I fully agree with that. As well as Dragonstorm introduced another card, Corey Steel Cutter, which is a prowess monster. Basically, it's like 2 mana for like an artifact that an artifact equipment that gives like, I think it's like +1/+1 or something like that. But if you cast your second spell each turn, you create a 1/1 monk with prowess. So you end up just generating power very, very quickly with it. If I recall the stats, by the way, in the current Pro Tour Cup, 100% of the top 24 decks had Corey Steel Cutter in it. I think it was something like 100% of the decks. It might have been 100% of the red decks. The problem is Corey Steel Cutter is such a strong card, you might as well put it in any... If you have red mana available to you, you might as well put Corey Steel Cutter in your deck. Like, real talk. Yeah, so that's the crazy part, is that they basically reprinted that card as an artifact. It's the comment is, did they not learn anything from Monastery Mentor? Which, if you are not aware, here, I'll pull it up. Oh wait, frick, I forgot that I changed it, so to not dox myself, I can't do this easily. But I will read the card verbatim for you all. This was a card that was also a problematic card. It was white, I believe. And from... What set was it from? I don't remember what set it's from. But basically, Monastery Mentor is a 3 mana. So it's 2 colorless, 1 white mana. Gets you a 2/2 human monk with prowess. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess onto the battlefield. Corey Steel Cutter is literally basically that card, but in red and cheaper. That came out in Dragonstorm. Corey Steel Cutter, here it is a... I'm so sorry. I wish it was easier for me to do things. I have so many things on my... I know why I did it this way, because I didn't want to dox myself for these things. So I'm so sorry. I can't show you the pictures of the cards without changing some, like, big settings. But Corey Steel Cutter is, let me pull this up. I haven't pulled the Corey Steel Cutter. But Corey Steel Cutter is an equipment. It's an artifact. 1 colorless, 1 red gets you an artifact equipment. With equipped creature gets +1/+1. And, oh, and has trample and haste. That was the other piece of Corey Steel Cutter. That makes it so good. Then it has flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to that creature. So you basically just get an auto value engine. And a value engine that just does it basically by itself. Just whatever spell you want. Your second spell. Easy money. Easy clap. It's crazy. It is crazy. Very, very strong aggro. Which sucks because I am myself an Izek player. Red Deck Win / Izek player. But it's just crazy. Yeah, it's not legendary too, by the way. That's the other thing. Is Corey Steel Cutter is not legendary. You will have 4 copies in your deck. And you will run those. I think 1 copy is going to cost you about $10 or something like that, but still. So it's like $40 to just have 4 Corey Steel Cutters. It does suck because, again, like, I love playing Izek and Red Deck Wins, but when the aggression option is cranked up to 11, it's not... It stops being fun in the sense that, like, other decks cannot thrive in that format or cannot compete with how fast the aggro is. I do know that, like, there is a Tifa landfall sort of like 3-turn pump and death, like, cannot talk, out there right now, but basically, like, there is a mono green Tifa deck that's kind of on the rise as well a little bit. The problem is that I do think that Corey Steel Cutter, like Red Deck Wins Izek, is just a better matchup against that anyway. But, like, Tifa is still a really fun fun deck. Since we didn't pull Tifa, there's two Tifas. There's Tifa, who is also in the Commander deck, but the Tifa that we want is the, I believe it's Tifa Lockhart. So the Commander one is Tifa the martial artist, but Tifa Lockhart is an interesting card. She's mono green. She is, was it 1 colorless, 1 green, gets you a 1/2 human monk, legendary human monk with trample on it. Then landfall, double her power until the end of turn. So she can swing, and she already has trample natively built in, so she can hit like insane numbers on turn 3. So you cast this first, then you cast another spell if you already have a set. Yeah, exactly. So that's what Corey Steel Cutter is insane about. Basically, you cast anything first, and then immediately you have a 2/2 swinging at you with trample, by the way. And then turn 3, your prowess is online, ready to run, so you can just chain cast spells, get another monk, and then swing that one at you, and then have your first monk also benefit from all the prowess that just dropped on it. So, listen, and I normally love that type of shit, but when it's so dominant in the format, I see it as a problem. Because then it sucks, because then other colors can't, like, quite compete. Now, that said, though, blue-white artifacts, does have some presence in the current, like, pro scene. And again, like, green is getting a few more tools to kind of round it up. But I've also seen, like, Golgari have some level of presence in the pro scene, but, like, it's just really sad when, like, 100% of red decks have Corey Steel Cutter in it. Like, it's too good of a card to not have. But even that, like, Monstrous Rage also exists, which is a crazy powerful combat trick. Monstrous Rage, I wish I had a better setup for this to talk about cards. Monstrous Rage is really, really strong as well. What is holding up? Something is holding up somewhere, because I can't click down anywhere. Oh, wait. That's why. My keyboard was getting pressed up. So Monstrous Rage is 1 mana. It's a red instance. It's a combat trick. It's 1 mana. Target creature gets +2/+0 and trample until the end of turn. Oh wait, no, not even trample. It gets technically better than that. All right. So yeah, for 1 red mana, instance speed, target creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Create a monster roll token, attach it to it. The monster roll, if you control another roll on it, put that one onto the graveyard. That's right. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. So that's what the roll does. So basically, 1 mana effectively gives you +3/+1 and trample, and then you keep the +1/+1 plus the trample. Kind of insane. I think I saw something about someone played 15 mirror matches at the pro. Yeah, that's what it was. What it was in the Pro Tour, there was one person in particular, and a lot of people have found out who this player is because the matches are all public or whatever. But he played 15 matches in a row. Every single match of his in the Pro Tour, 100% of his matches, Corey Steel Cutter. I think the remedy is either we go back and we restrict Corey Steel Cutter. That might not actually help, but we do ban Monstrous Rage. Because imagine, like, Monstrous Rage, let's say you just have 3 of those in your hand, right? Turn 3, you could swing for, if you had 3 of them. Well, I guess you wouldn't need 3 of them, but, if you had 2 of them, you would have 2 5/2s, or 2 5/1. Yeah, 2 5/2s with trample, swinging. Actually, I think it's even higher than that. If you get nothing else, it's like you would have just a bunch of 5/2s from the tokens from the monks that Corey Steel Cutter just generates on his own on turn 3 or something like that. It's really stupid. I forget what the actual when you see it like step by step, it's worse than what I'm saying. It's actually worse. It's much stronger aggression, a much stronger aggro than ever. But I do like I said, one thing I do like about Final Fantasy is that Final Fantasy at least doesn't feel like too crazy in terms of like the power creep. It feels very, very firm. It feels kind of like closer to like what a base set would be, and I think that's intended because like the Final Fantasy set's supposed to also get newcomers in there, so it's kind of like intended as a mechanically easy to understand set. With some good power cards in it. I think, if anything, though, Limited is really where Final Fantasy shines the most. Pre-release and draft is the funnest thing in with the Final Fantasy set. Like, those are the funnest formats to play with these cards. I really like that. All right. So, anyways, I think that's it for me. I meant this to be a very, very short stream. I just wanted to punch out my second Final Fantasy booster box, and I'm very, very happy with the results, as you can see. Very, very happy. And got me a chocobo, a traveling chocobo. Nothing like, no Amano cards, but like we still made out, right? Like I think this was a very good box. And again, at MSRP. I did not pay scalper prices. I did not pay above MSRP, even though the MSRP for this set is higher than the other sets. We still, like, look, I love it. Yeah, I hope people like the Final Fantasy set. I hope people are able to buy the Final Fantasy set because legitimately, like, I think it's a fun set. I think it's a really good intro set as well, like real talk. Yeah, I think it's so good. Not the Amano cards you wanted, but still some cool Amano cards. Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. Any Amano cards are good to get, and getting this and this. And I believe I even pulled the Gold Bez. I did the Amano Gold Bez as well. Like, can't complain too much. I really enjoy it. Likely, I will probably, in the future, not in the near future, I will be honest with you, I gotta save some money, but in the future, I will probably try to pull more of these, try to get another box, and yes, it is gambling. Please only buy, booster boxes if you can afford it. Like, play Magic, buy Magic and Pokemon responsibly, seriously. It is gambling, but, I have a hard time also spending like $80 on a single card, which I believe the Terra Amano card is going for about between $60 to $120 right now. We could check the prices. Let's do some price checking. Actually, hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this without doxing anything. It's just not... I had to have it set up so that only a portion of my screen gets on stream, and I messed it up. That's why I can't show y'all. Y'all gonna have to just believe me when I say these things. I'm gonna go over to TCG Player. It is a marketplace, so it's still good for checking prices. I'm aware of the boycotts and everything like that. They did technically reach a settlement with the union. However, they still moved locations to a non-union place. So, hey, take care of yourself, Jowser. Thank you so much for swinging by. We gotta play some Magic sometime. I didn't know you played Magic or anything like that. So that's really cool. Yeah. You'll believe me with the Terra prices. Let's take a look at Terra. We will start with Terra Magical Adept. Oh, I typed in Terra and it showed me Terra from the Final Fantasy card game. So we do have to type in Magical Adept. I do have... Okay, so on TCG Player right now, it looks like for a near mint, and she was $100, but now has dropped down to $50. So there we go. So Terra non-foil is, the Amano Terra card is $50. Between $50 to $70-ish dollars. The foil still seems to be at $200 plus, though. That's crazy. $241. What the flip? So yeah, probably just gonna keep gambling to try to get her. And then the other Terra, the Terra Brantford card, which I'm not gonna lie, I think secretly... Okay, no. Secretly, I do want the Amano Terra Magical Adept more because we get 2 pieces of Terra. We get Terra in her normal form and then Trans Terra. But the Terra Brantford card at the art showcase is so magnificent. It looks like it was $140, but now it's settled closer to $30. Actually, I might buy that at $30. I'm not gonna lie. The foil is $300. $293 right now. All right. Gorsh indeed. That's a price tag. That's a price tag on that card. The other one that I would love to get as well is that there's also a new Kefka. It's the Kefka Court Mage, the one that we pulled, but Omano also did new art for that one. And that Kefka seems to be going for, was at 70, 80, now is at, was for a little bit at 30, 35, now is at $46. $46 and slowly climbing again. The foil is $210. Oof. I just want it because it's pretty. Well, there we go. All right. So with that, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to call it here. It's just a little over 2 hours, it looks like. Not too bad. Kind of where I wanted to be, honestly. So I think I'm pretty happy about that. So next stream will be a... Yeah, next stream will be a normal stream. Tuesday, we're going to be playing Expedition 33. Then Thursday, I might do something a little bit different for Thursday's stream. It might not be Expedition 33. But then the week after next, so between like June and the first week of July, I think I'm going to take a break from streaming because I'm going to be at AX that week. And I have some friends visiting from out of town, so we'll see. All right, so thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your evening. Please stay safe out there. It's crazy right now, and yeah. So take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Peace and Pokemon. I'm out.